and Fenner one more time. One more. Okay. So probably most of you here know what CSF is about because you live with the conditions that it stands for, but as to my wonderful friends in the back there, and anybody else who's new or supporting a family member, I'm going to talk about the Chiari and Syringomyelia Foundation a little bit. So, their main goal, of course, is to not only spread awareness for EDS and not diseases, disorders associated with like Chiari and Syringomyelia, but we also, spread awareness and collect money for research that's desperately needed. And so how we do this is through educational and awareness events, where we have lectures which are intended to educate everybody. And to date, there are 250 taped lectures on the csfinfo.org website, and these lectures are really like a goldmine of information. If you find them, please share them with your physicians if you want to inform them on this disorder more. And these videos actually, believe it or not, have been accessed more than 1.6 million times, which is amazing. And so along with that, we have things called Consider Chiari seminars, which are held to educate medical professionals many times a year during summer grand rounds. And we also save the date for the summer, a little louder? Is that better? Okay, there we go. So we also have June 2018 United the Hill conferences in Capitol Hill, where we meet with our representatives and we have them, be educated on these conditions so they can lobby for us in government. And along with that, though, please don't forget to fill out your advocacy postcard that you may have gotten. That goes along with United the Hill, and that allows these representatives to understand what is going on, why we really, really need a space in government and where they can understand what's going on, because it's very misrepresented. And so along with this, along with educating, we do have fundraising, which is why we're here tonight. And raising money really sometimes can be the fastest way to spread word, even though money really isn't the key to happiness or the true key of wealth. In this case, it may be a little bit. It speeds the process. People are really always curious as to why we feel really strongly about raising money for a cause, and, tell them it's because it's to spread awareness. This is why we do it. This is why we hump people down. If you're not hosting a walk even, if you're interested, contact our office, CSF's office, to talk about what kind of third-party fundraisers you can do. Like tonight, along with the CSF fundraiser, I did organize a high school kickball tournament that went towards CSF. It's pretty fun. Raised a couple $100. And so along with fundraisers, that ties in with these kind of walks, we have social and support events. So local walks and get-togethers by people who are afflicted by these oh my gosh, these illnesses. I can't talk, I got brain issues just like you guys. So these kinds of meets, like the United Night Walk, really build like a kind of camaraderie in our areas. This is the Richmond Walk, and it really builds a better sense of community because so many people with these disorders feel like they don't have any to fight for them. So along with these, we try to build a community to laugh and cry and love together, as it's what we already do in our life. I'll flip this page over. So the big thing too, when we're trying to actually tackle these issues and what it entails, because of course you get the money, but that certainly gets dumped into research. And with research that's funded, we have meetings, which are events that of course that continue to further medical knowledge. We have CSF hosting at least 4 research meetings every year to bring experts together in their field, and they do share important scientific findings. Meetings like these do inspire new ideas and create new breakthroughs in medical research. We actually, not only, you need the people who are affected by this to rally and show that there's some kind of social and personal change, but we do need these doctors and these scientists to really come together and make the change, actually. So on top of that, we have common data elements. And so through common hours of work with members of the Scientific Education and Advisory Board, or C-Board, NIH representatives, and some members of the CSF staff, the common data elements promote sharing of results and findings from researchers all across the world. They will be reviewed annually to add more CDEs reflecting new discoveries and eliminate any out-of-date measurements. And so CSF will publish 2 research articles based on this work. And along with that, we also have the first international patient registry, which my mother, again, is a part of. This registry does consist of multiple questionnaires, and the first module would determine who has Chiari, Syringomyelia, and related disorders, and has been translated into 6 languages, so it's pretty universal in a lot of ways. It collects information on quality of life, treatments, and overall satisfaction with care, which is really important because nobody really understands what it's like to have EDS or its related disorders unless you live in that body, and so these people in power really need to understand that. So future modules of this patient registry will be based on responses, CSF, C-board suggestions, and you. We want patients and caregivers to be directly involved with this, and please be on the lookout for an email with instructions on how to participate if you do want to be involved. And along with this patient registry, which is a big step, we redefine these disorders completely, really. I mean, everything changes already because it's a field of science, but because these are such confusing conditions, Chiari's become like a medical wastebasket almost. Some patients really aren't even given diagnoses until it's too late. And issues like cerulomyia, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and even more often really just aren't even recognized. Ultimately, this means patients don't get the treatment they deserve. And this is a really big issue in this world. And I'm lucky to have gotten the care that I deserved, but people like my mother and my sister and so many people here have gone years and years and even decades without getting care. And so CSF is going to leverage its standing in the medical community through the federal research community and patient populations affected to enact this real change. And so CSF actually hosts at least one large consensus meeting, and the meeting will include patient advocates, physicians, industry representatives, and more to have an open and honest conversation about the definition of Chiari. Generous donors and walkers like yourselves will help CSF secure the funding necessary to host this monumental undertaking. And lastly, why do we unite at night? It's dusk, but it's going to be night soon. So we participate in these walks to help make a difference, and it's really working. Although we do have a long way to go, I mean, there have been only 260 walks and almost $600,000 raised during the past 5 years for educational programs and research. So every single walker, and even those really who can't walk, help fight against Chiari's cerulomyia, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And by doing so, they help spread the word, and they encourage their friends and family. Like, I hope a lot of friends and family are out here tonight through people who you're affected with living with these things. So everybody participating in these walks and third-party fundraisers really continue this incredible work. And I really would like to say for me, because me personally being affected by a lot of these disorders and having the life sucked out of me in ways and then it being given back to me, I really want to thank you all for coming out and supporting, this kind of community and helping to unlock the answers in the future. Thank you.